Hello, trading is closed on June the 8th, 2021. We always start with our disclaimers. Let's do that. It's my trading plan for June the 9th, 2021. I can be completely wrong, so trade at your own risk. Please follow the rules of my channel. In particular, if you're going to make a prediction, please give the reason. Doesn't help anyone if someone just gives his opinion and doesn't say why. If you like the channel, please click on like. Look for the pattern with the early low. This is it. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We said unless we gapped up smartly, we had a target of 4216.01. We gapped up smartly, so as far as the time was concerned, this didn't have to print today, but that didn't mean it was precluded from printing today, and printed it. During the day, MEJT said that drop would retrace, said this rally was false, would retrace, gave an ultimate sell and a sell. We don't have to get more than we did because the targets were already taken out. We've challenged the old highs so many times. I think it's a matter of time till we break through to new highs, and the only question is whether we drop first. It's a bit disconcerting. High of the day was in the first bar. It's also disconcerting that after this big rally we couldn't close over the highs. That's not enough for me to be short overnight, but I think we're going to rally to new highs. The only question is if we drop first, and there's a real chance of that happening. We closed a little changed yesterday, so look for a big move today. Instead, we got a repeat, and that just delays things by a day. It's the same pattern. So tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We could gap down. Typically, it's a negative day with low in the final hour. It's strong instead. More strength tends to follow. I was looking for a big move today. Instead, we closed a little change. This repeats yesterday's pattern. Ideally, should lead to a very big move tomorrow. We also created a 3 days tight pattern. There's 3 consecutive closes at essentially the same price. That predicts the same thing, a big move. We've challenged the all-time high so many times. Should be only a matter of time till we break through to new all-time highs. Only issue is whether we drop first. Should be of concern to bulls, we got no follow-through from Friday's all-day rally, and usually, not always, usually that leads to much lower prices, whether or not we consolidate first. It's also of concern that a lower ultimate target remains. Those concerns should be assuaged were we to gap up sharply and maintain the gap. But if that doesn't happen, it's a real chance we drop first, but it certainly isn't a lock. I don't like to predict particular trades. I can predict something now and have a different opinion tomorrow. This isn't the type of a situation where I would be long or short, but if somebody put a gun to my head and said, you have to make a trade, it's really a good situation for considering going long a straddle using options. Premiums are low. A big move should be coming. And if the prediction's wrong, you can just close it out and limit your loss. So anyone who likes to play options overnight can look at the prices of his straddle and see if it meets his risk-reward parameters. Other than that, we look for the pattern with the early high. We're expecting a sizable move. What the bulls really want to do is to gap up over these highs and keep heading higher. Because if they don't, we still have this lower target, about 100, not 100, maybe 90 handles lower, And if the big move is down, that's a reasonable place for it to stop. Tomorrow has a early high, and that's today's call.